Why doesn't anyone want to sit next to Bruce Wayne?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because he has bat breath.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome to the greatest DC comic show on YouTube. You found us again for another Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. So glad that you're here. If you're watching on the Rewind, we say hello to you first, because we certainly do appreciate you spending your time here. So I'm joined by my regular cast of characters. This is our final Fanboys show for the year. And then we'll take a few weeks off and regroup again. And our cast of characters includes the man that is just slaying it, Signature King. He has so many subscribers, he's almost up to that ComicFoo level.
Passed. I beat him. I'm past.
You have more than 14,000?
Yeah.
So congratulations, your channel is just blowing up.
How many?
It's
You got like 1,000 new subscribers in like 2 days or something?
28 days. I went 1,100 and some change.
Oh my God.
And
Well
if
done.
it is all luck, because had I known what I was doing, I would have done it a long time ago. But it's weird to think that I got that many subs on a video. You know what I mean? The whole time I'm chasing that number for years, and I did it in one day, essentially. 20 minutes worth of work to edit a video, and
Yeah.
but I'll take it.
Congratulations, that's really
Well
awesome.
done. Well
Thank
deserved.
you. Thank you.
Well deserved.
You know, I do not compete with other YouTubers. I compete with myself. But if I was competing, I'd be so jealous. So
I give myself little goals, like especially like people that have been around a long time. Like, you know, Rod was always someone I was like, my goal was like get past him, not in like a hyper competitive, just like
Yeah.
a fun little, you know, hanging out with your buddies, like, oh, I beat you in Monopoly kind of thing,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But yeah, it's wild and it's still climbing. So just when I think it's just starting to dive down a little bit and slow down, comes right back up.
I love it. I hope it keeps going. I hope in another 28 days you've got 2,000 more.
The problem is if you upload a video, I heard when you got one that's doing really well, you'll bump it out.
Sure.
So do I make a new one? Do I not make a new one?
No.
No.
Ride this roller coaster as long as you can, because this is the holidays and people actually, believe it or not, will have some free time.
Yeah, kids are coming home from school. You know, college kids are you know going home for the holidays. So yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah. So
yeah, take the rest of the year off and then think of something fun to do for January and or not if the numbers
and
keep
lose
going.
1,000 subscribers.
Well, it's great to have you here, and congratulations on the success
Thank
of
you.
your channel. So, and back with us is silver-haired Bronze Age Babe. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you very much.
You did some homework since you were on just a couple weeks ago. You and I did a show together.
Yes, we did.
And I gave you a little homework, and you did it right away. You listened to the song "Down from Dover" by Dolly Parton. What did you think of that in just a moment or two?
Brilliant. We were talking about living legends. We were not talking about comic books at all, as sometimes we veer off into little rabbit holes. And I brought up Carol Burnett, and Magic brought up Dolly Parton, and he had mentioned a song that I had not heard.
Yeah, it was not a hit song of hers.
No, it seems like one of those album deep cuts.
It was an album
and
cut,
it's so brilliant. She is so brilliant. So thank you for the recommendation. I've been listening to all the stuff on whatever that album is from.
Oh yeah, very cool.
So yeah,
that's awesome.
Pop culture for 1,000, Alec. So I'll take that.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. So great to have you guys back tonight. What a special guest we have joining us tonight.
We do. And it's the first time I think we've all met him in virtual person.
Yes. And I mean, what else do you say but what's up, Doc?
How you guys doing? I want to say, although I've just met you in person, I feel like I've known you guys forever. It's just,
same.
It's, you know, been watching your stuff for a long time, pre-pandemic, and this is just icing on the cake, meeting you in person. So appreciate your having me on.
Well, we are very happy that you would come on the show. And I mean, as a matter of fact, you were on a different show and you mentioned, this show. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. So I'm like, okay, that gives me permission. That doorway's open a little bit. I can bust in there now and say, let's get him on.
Go snag him. Go get them.
So for those that don't know, we have Man Cave Comics with us too. Someone whose collection is legendary among our YouTube comic book community, and one of the nicest, most generous people that you will meet. I too have felt like we have been friends for years and years, even though this is the first stream that we've done together. So it's great to have you here.
Thanks for the kind words.
When you're part of the nerd community, you're one big happy family, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's say hello to a few folks who have joined us in the live chat, starting with Digger Jim, who is here. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well.
Hi, Digger.
Yeah.
Hey.
Art of Alan Shell is here. Hi, Alan. How are you doing? Hope you're
Thank
doing
you, sir.
well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Digger knew SK back when he wasn't even famous. So yeah.
You still knew me before I was famous, because guess what? I'm still not famous. Famous is when I can quit my job and just hang out all day.
Hang out at the kingdom.
Not there yet.
Yep. Yeah, we got him. We are so
Ardo.
excited. So Ruben's here too. Muabunga to White Tiger Cool Calm Collected, who has made sure that Santa has his address now that there's a tiger cub to stop by for this year. So
cute.
yeah. So thank you guys for being here in our initial chat as we kick off tonight's show. And I think we've got some interesting news to start out with. If it's okay, I guess I'll start with the Supergirl trailer.
Yeah.
Teaser trailer had dropped a couple days ago. I'm hearing mixed thoughts on it. Have you guys watched it? And if so, what did you think? We'll start with Doc. Have you seen it, or do you watch it?
I saw it. I thought it looked great. I love the Tom King series. I didn't actually buy the books, but I have the trade, which I'm about halfway through for a second read. I enjoyed it. It. And cool. I can't remember. I saw the trailer, but I think some people complain it's not exactly the same, but nerds always complain when it's not the same. It doesn't adhere exactly to the comic. Look good to me.
Yeah. Shabab, did you watch it? Or if you did, thoughts?
I did. And, I've been very forthcoming about the fact that Supergirl is just not a huge favorite character of mine. Mm-hmm. But I liked the way that trailer looked. I think the look of that movie is intriguing to me. And it's, I'm still not a huge fan of that actress, but the rest of it looked really actually kind of fascinating. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, actually. Okay. I didn't think I would be, but there you go.
Yeah. Mr. Signature King, your thoughts?
Yeah, I watched it. Echoing kind of what Shebab thought. Supergirl's not my favorite character, but I really love DC, so definitely going to watch it. Depending on the rating, maybe I'll take one of my kids after I see it first, just to make sure. But yeah, it's weird to think about. Like, this wasn't even a trailer; it was the trailer.
A teaser trailer,
right? Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. So we don't even have a real trailer yet. So we can't even really call this a Supergirl trailer, but. Yeah, I liked it. Thought gave off heavy Guardians of the Galaxy vibes, which I don't know how to feel about that. But James Gunn is the executive producer, so he can do whatever the heck he wants. But wow, I thought it was good.
So Alan's saying that he wasn't that wowed by it. What I was wondering is, do you think that people weren't impressed because you don't get much of the plot? You just get some glimpses or scenes of some stuff that you're going to see in the movie. Not so much opposed to knowing what the storyline is. Do you think that that's what's getting some people not liking it?
Yeah. I think if you've read Woman of Tomorrow, you have an idea of what the plot is. So those who read it, you probably don't care. But those of you who haven't read it, yeah, they probably aren't going to understand, like, why does she have a spaceship? It's Supergirl. You know what I mean? What's Crypto doing there? Like, okay, come on. Like, they might understand. Like, whoa, Supergirl can get drunk. Like, what's that all about? Like, there's a lot of things that could happen. But we'll see.
Yeah. So.
Well, plus you don't know the supporting character actress. I mean, I didn't know who she was.
Yeah, I didn't know who she was.
So I think part of that too is like, are you important? Now, because I know the basic gist of that plot, it's like, yes, she is. But so that may be part of the issue too.
Yeah. So Anything else
the
you guys want
original
to say
story,
about?
it really is like a Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it myself. Anything else you guys want to say about Supergirl?
I apologize. I think my internet's cutting it out. Am I getting choppy here?
A little bit.
Just for a second you were, but you seem pretty solid now. Oh, I spoke too soon.
You're great.
Let me tell my kids to get off their video games.
Okay. And Signature King, you have a piece of news? I have more, but I just want to see if you had anything first.
Yeah. One of the more interesting ones that I found was that involves Brad Pitt.
Tell us.
It sounds like Brad Pitt is talking with Matt Reeves for a role in The Batman 2. And here's the kicker. It's a villainous role.
Ooh.
Oh.
And the big popular opinion is Harvey Dent.
Mm.
Now that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
Agreed.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, Brad Pitt's famous. He's done a couple movies I really enjoy, but I just really can't see him in a superhero movie. It doesn't really fit. Granted, we had him for like a third of a second in the Deadpool 2,
right?
as Vanisher. Literally, you blink and you miss it.
Well, I think that'd be smart if
awesome.
He played a villain. You know what I mean? So it's like, because it would be hard to see him as a superhero, but I think he could just chew the scenery like anyone else as a villain.
I thought he would make a decent Black Mask. I know that was done by Ian McGregor, but kind of a wasted character on a wasted movie that like 4 people saw, and none of them liked. But but yeah, I'd say Black Mask, Harvey Dent, maybe. Or maybe a mafia person. I don't know. We'll see.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Didn't I hear that they're going to start filming that in April for a June of 2027 release? Is that right? Yeah.
Wow. Chop chop.
That's what I thought. So yeah, filming starting pretty soon. So, you guys remember that almost 50 years ago, a huge event happened called Superman versus Spider-Man. Does everybody here have that in their collection?
Yes. Not anymore.
But you did.
I did. As a kid, I had it.
Okay. And we're getting ready for a facsimile release of both volumes of it because it did so well. There were 2 volumes. Well, now we've talked about that there's going to be in 2026 a brand new Superman Spider-Man. And here is a look at some of the covers. The main cover by Jorge Jimenez is this.
Nice. A nice homage to the original.
Yes, exactly.
Was the original a Treasury or was it a...
They both were treasuries, yeah.
Yes, that's what okay, so I did have it, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, no diorama on the back.
Wow. Curses.
So some other covers to choose from.
That one's cool. The David Macchione.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. With the Kingdom Come Superman.
Yeah.
Jim Lee. Yes, please.
Jim Lee, yeah. That's very cool. Then they'll do like what they did with Batman Deadpool. They'll do Spider-Man and Superman.
Yeah. I liked this one.
Okay, that is pretty cool.
Oh.
I just thought that was different and fun.
Oh, yeah. Now, are these going to be regular size books or are these treasury?
I believe these are regular size.
Okay.
There's another one. Clayton Crane.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Gabriel Delano.
Because I love Red Sun, I'm going to have to get that. I'm going to have to get that one.
Okay, very cool.
The art journal.
Right.
Of course, they pair those two together.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're best friends.
Oh.
This one I thought was kind of cool.
Who did that one?
This is Daniel Samfier.
Daniel Samfier, okay.
Yeah. And then, of course, those were the original. We have the release date now, too. Let me jump back up and find that for you. The release date is March 25th.
Okay. Got a while yet.
Yeah.
And I think Jim Lee said also that as part of that, he announced a collaboration with him and Tom King on a, as he says, short Lois Lane, Mary Jane crossover story.
Yes.
For
yeah,
that.
there's going to be little shorts in the back, too. So, hey, Cliff, how you doing? Cliff on Comics is live in our chat. How you doing, Cliff?
Give us the Shazam Thor story already. Like, what's the... They released the story, but it's digital only. I want the book.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds cool. Yeah, I can go for that.
Yeah, and they also did the Fantastic Four and Flash.
Give us those stories. They're already printed. Not printed. They're already out there digitally. Like, just slap them in some print. So, me, gigantic nerd who spends way too much money on things anyway. Like, come on, DC Marvel. I want to give you money. You're making it hard to give you. Here's the money. Take it. Just have it. Give me the book.
Yeah. And those facsimiles I was talking about, the first Superman versus Spider-Man facsimile, January 7th. The second facsimile, February 4th. And then in March, we get the new team up between them. Is that something, Doc, you think you're going to pick up?
I pick up all the facsimiles.
Okay. What about the original book?
If I see it, treasuries I find annoying. They're hard to store. So I have many that I've gotten. I lost all the ones I had as a kid, but I've managed to grab a number of them over the years. But I'm starting to say, I don't know, they're just tough to. There's no good way to store them. So
there isn't.
Comics are hard.
They are a little challenging.
Treasuries.
Yeah, they're fun to read. A grunt to maintain.
Yes. So maybe.
Tony, how about news? Anything else going on news-wise?
Well, Digger Jim beat me to it. I was going to talk about the Lanterns teaser. It was quick. It was very brief. You didn't get a whole lot in there, but hey, it was something.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to have to check it out.
I think it looked cool.
It's less than a minute. It's very fast.
And it's John Stewart, correct? It's
John Stewart, Hal Jordan. Yeah.
Hal Jordan both. Yeah, that's great.
But I'm very excited for Lanterns. Very excited. That's going to be insane. I'm a big Green Lantern guy, so Hal Jordan's my main guy. So I'm pumped. I'm excited. They brought the whole list. They got Atrocitus. They got Sinestro. They got Dr. Hammond. They got everybody.
They got all the Poozers?
They got all the Poozers. They didn't. I don't think did they announce a Kilowog? I don't remember. They've been teasing this since Snyder was around. So
do you like Alan Scott?
Yeah, he's all right. But Hal Jordan and John Stewart are my two favorite Lanterns because they're both veterans, and I'm a veteran, so I can relate to these characters, a little bit more. But did
you like the way you probably already discussed this at some previous, but I imagine did you like the Guy Gardner of Superman?
Yeah, he did a good job. Nathan Fillion's a great. Yeah, he's a good actor, and
I thought it was great.
Probably one of the best
Guy Gardner's
whole movie.
It was great.
Yeah, he did. He knocked it out of the home run.
Yeah.
The best part of the Superman movie was when Lois Lane was storming out and talking about that haircut should be against your oath. Right. And he's like, 348 women say otherwise. I was like, what a very specific number.
Aw.
This is Peggy.
Hi, Peggy.
And she loves comics. All right, go see Laura. Go away.
Yeah. Cassie was great on that. So I'm excited to see what the other Lanterns could do. And they did confirm that Guy Gardner and Nathan Fillion will appear in Lanterns somewhere, somehow, to some capacity. So, awesome. And that makes sense because he's already an established Lantern on Earth. This is an Earth-based story. Very exciting.
Awesome. Anything else for news?
Have you guys chatted about the buyout of Warner Brothers and what this is?
We talked a little bit about it last week, yeah.
Well, it just seems to me that with Paramount jumping in and with the Trump administration wanting to put their thumb on the scale, so to speak, I think James Gunn is going to be out if Paramount takes over because he, they want to rip up CNN. Mm-hmm. And after that, it's like the tech bros who run Paramount will be like, oh, what else can we screw around with? And as you know, James Gunn thinks tech bros are villains. So I would imagine that James Gunn and his worldview will not be welcome in a Paramount Warner Brothers thing.
So similar to Paramount jumping in the last minute, Universal came in with a last minute bid. And it was already less than the Paramount bid. So everyone was like, dude, what are you doing? So they obviously said no to Universal. But I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about either one of them taking over, Netflix or Paramount.
Yeah, I think the whole issue for me, if you like to go to the movie theaters, this all stinks.
There's no good way.
There's no
DC
good
comes out on top.
Never. No, if you like to go to the theater, and I think if you like to buy floppy comic books, I think those days are probably coming to a close. It's just intellectual property now for streaming and viewing. But I worry about Superman the character under different ownership. I really do. I think if I'm Paramount, I'm going to make movies about all the villains. You know what I mean? So, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, we'll see. It's there's still a lot up in the air. Who knows? Maybe none of it's going to go through. Neither Netflix nor Paramount. Nothing is set in stone. Netflix just won the top bid. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get it.
Right.
Say hello real quick to Rod the Rican.
Rod, hello.
Hi, Rod.
We were just talking about you.
All
good things.
All good things. How much we love you and we owe our internet life to you. Yes. Basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything
Rod's
else?
a fellow Philadelphian at heart. I think he's in Florida, but
yeah.
Oh, are you in the Keystone State?
Yes, sir.
I am too.
Oh, where are you at?
I'm the only one in a different time zone.
Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
If I stand on my roof of my house, I can see the state capitol.
Got you. So you're near Harrisburg there. Okay.
Yeah. Or what section if you split it into thirds?
For me, I'm I'm 30 minutes north of Philly. 36 minutes north.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah. You know what? I like Philly. I just don't like going there.
Yeah, even people out of suburbs feel that way usually. Yes.
Yep. Every time work is like, hey, we need you to go to Philly. I'm just like, oh man, you're too late. I'm already putting in sick time. Like, can't do it. The reason I don't like to go to Philly, it's not because of anything like that. It's because Philadelphia, I work for the government, is just outside the range where I get a free hotel room and food. So I waste an entire day, zipping around in the state vehicle. I get nothing. But if I go to Pittsburgh, different story. They give me per diem, they give me food, they give me a hotel, they give me an awesome.
I lived in Pittsburgh for 6 years, so I'm a fan of Pittsburgh as well.
I'm a fan of wherever I can get. That's basically a little vacation for me. I want the per diem, I want the hotel room, I want all that good stuff.
Smart.
Nice. Yeah. And I guess the Birds crushed it today. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, but
yes,
they played
needed to.
Las Vegas? I don't know if that counts.
It barely does, but if they didn't crush them, it would have been the end.
Hey, take a win. My Vikings are probably getting killed right now by the Cowboys, so it don't matter.
And the Lions lost today in Los Angeles.
I know.
Yeah, and the Packers lost.
I was disappointed by that too, Shabab. I was rooting for the Lions.
But the Amazons are doing fantastic.
Yes. Well, you're near Chicago. Just start rooting for Chicago.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd get lynched.
Over my dead body.
I would get lynched. I would go to work.
You're near
and
Green
get
Bay.
lynched.
Never mind.
Yeah, if he has to have a cheese head on top of his little skull there, they
Never
kick
mind.
him out of the state.
Yes, pretty much.
Well, Green Bay's probably the nicest fan base. They're very.
I don't know about
that. I'm a Philadelphian. Everybody seems nice to Philadelphia's fans.
They have a really good comic store in Green Bay. It's probably the second best in the state.
Really?
Yeah. So
probably because it's so close to the brewery. So, hey.
Could be. First is an Economowalk, but that's a different story.
I know where that is. Economowalk.
Yeah.
I know where that is.
Any more news, Signature King?
That's everything.
Okay. We had our special guest tonight pick out our retro review. So, Doc, tell us why you chose. We're going to look at the first appearances, and in one case, the first two appearances of some classic characters related to Batman, because we've done Batman's first appearance already. Tell us why you chose some Golden Age tonight for the retro review.
Well, I mean, there's how important is Batman to superheroes in general. So his early stuff is interesting, and I've read many Golden Age stories, but Batman is actually somewhat fun to read. I mean, you got to take the age of it with everything, and but it's fairly, especially the early stuff's a little darker, and I would posit, because I was going to say we could do Batman 251, that the Golden Age Joker was more evil in a way. He was more ruthless in the Golden Age early on, and then he got sort of goofy later on. I just enjoy the whole vibe for Batman, and I try to collect those old books as well. So it's good to read the stories. And I mean, I love the Bronze Age, but you guys have covered so much. I couldn't think of good stuff. Unlike Shabab, I love the teen comics more, and I know she likes the solo stories more, I think.
Yeah,
Am I right?
I
on
like
that?
teen.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
So I was
right.
like, I can't pick, Justice League or Legion of Superheroes. I was thinking, well, what can I? And then I just remember reading that a bit ago and really enjoying reading a Golden Age treasury of the Batman stories. And,
Well, thank you, sir.
yes.
God love you.
They're dated. They're definitely, they have any criticisms are worth it, but yes.
Well, I will kick it off tonight. We're going to do Detective Comics 38 first appearance of Robin. So keep in mind, Batman, this is almost just under a year after his debut. They're giving him a sidekick at this point. So
interrupt 1 second. Right?
Yeah.
You guys all already covered Tech 27, right? You
Yeah.
did cover
Yeah, we
the
did. Yeah.
at some point. So
Yeah.
you're not completely, you go and do the retro for the Golden Age period.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We've done Golden Age. We haven't done a lot of it, but we have done it.
Yeah, I got to catch up. I've missed too many episodes. Obviously.
We did 1 week where we did the first appearances Golden Age of the Trinity, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. We did in 1 week. So yeah, that's where.
Have you done Flash one yet?
No, I don't think we have.
That's actually Hawkman's story and Flash story are pretty fun too. If you ever leave that in your back.
We would love to have you back on next year. And
guess what you just volunteered for?
Yeah, exactly.
Wonderful.
Congratulations!
Here we have a cover that would go on to be pretty iconic and has been homaged a number of times, even outside of DC Comics. So pretty cool cover. And our first page on the story is pretty much rehashing the cover again too. What I thought was interesting in that little scroll, it says the Batman, that amazing weird figure of night, at last takes protecting Mantle, an ally in his relentless fight against crime. So he was described as a weird figure of the night. So we're going to get introduced to the legend of Robin, the boy wonder, and how he became the ally of the Batman. And it starts with a rising young town right outside of the big city where the Haley Circus is playing an engagement. We got inside the tent. We had the Flying Graysons, which is a father, mother, and a young son. They are swinging on the flying trapeze. So later, after the show is done, Dick Grayson is outside the circus owner's office, and he hears the owners getting pretty much harassed by gangsters who's saying, you need to pay us for protection. You get it? And he says, yeah, you're gangsters. This is a protection racket. I'm going to call the police. And they say, well, if you do that, there's going to be some accidents. And he says, hey, get out of here. And they say, hey, remember, accidents will happen. So the next night in the audience, Bruce Wayne, the Batman, is taking in the show. And they introduce young Dick Grayson and the Flying Graysons performing their death-defying act, the triple spin. So as the drums roll, the Graysons are out there and turns 3 times and straightens out. And they're doing pretty good when all of a sudden the ropes start to fall apart. And without it needing to be seen, you know that Dick Grayson is now an orphan. He's lost his mother and his father because they've fallen. And the circus owner confirms to them that they are gone. So later on, the mobsters are back saying, too bad about that accident, Haley. And he's like, yeah, but there won't be any more accidents if you pay us to protect you. And he's like, you murderers, I'll pay, but only so no one else will get killed. Dick Grayson overhears this. So he knows now this was direct sabotage. He's planning some revenge when a voice steps in and talks to him. And he says, who are you? And he says, I'm the Batman. I want to help you get those murderers. You know, they put acid on the trapeze ropes. You can't go to the police. Come with me and I'll tell you why. So he gets in a car with a strange man and dressed in a costume.
Masked strange man.
Yeah. And he says, you know, you can't go to the police because the whole town is run by Boss Zuko. If you told what you knew, you're going to be dead within an hour. I'm going to take you to my home for a while. So the Batman thinks back to when his parents were killed, victims of a crime, and he shares that with Dick Grayson. And he says, I've devoted my entire life to exterminating crime. And he says, then I want to also take me with you, please. So the Batman is initially reluctant, it says, but the troubled face of the boy makes him decide to do so. He says, well, I guess you and I are both victims of similar troubles. All right, I'll make you my aide, but I warn you, I lead a perilous life. And he says, I'm not afraid. And then they have to take an oath. And you have to swear that we two will fight together against crime and corruption and never to swerve from the path of righteousness. And Dick Grayson swears to it. Their training begins, and he says, hey, I know how to swing from these trapeze. I've been doing it since I was 4. And even Bruce Wayne is like, yeah, you could probably give me a lesson in that. They learn about boxing. They learn some karate moves like jitsu, and he dons a costume. And he's like a young Robin Hood of today, but known as Robin, the Boy Wonder. So many months later, after work and study, it's time to get back to the original plan. And Dick Grayson says, okay, so I'm supposed to become a newspaper boy, right? And he says, yes. You know, you're going to go to work as a newsboy. And then they show the next day, he's selling papers where the mobsters approach him and say, you're a new kid around here, aren't you? That's how I figured they said that.
That's nice, yeah.
Yeah, and they tell him, hey, you need to give us a third of your take every week. And if you don't, we'll beat you up and take away your papers. And he says, I'll pay. So he tells Bruce, and Bruce is like, perfect. Continue to act afraid so they don't suspect anything. So he pays, and he does what Batman has told him to do, to follow them if he can. So he does, and he knows that they went into this house. So inside of the house is Boss Zuko. And Boss Zuko is kind of saying, hey, we've got these little penny ante people kind of in town, but it's time to amp up our game. We need to go to the butchers and the tailors and the launderers and the rest and just milk these people dry. And the people that we're taking money from already, we need to increase the take, you know, and if they don't start paying up, they'll see what we're going to do starting tomorrow night. And Dick overhears this. It's time to tell the Batman. So the next night passes, and they're coming to get their collection and even more than what they normally have paid out. And people are saying, I don't have any more to give you. And then all of a sudden, from behind, the hand reaches in, the Batman knocks the two heads together. And when they become conscious, is make sure to tell Boss Zuko that Batman was here and have a good day. Same thing happens in the butcher shop. Batman shows up, punches him out. He wants Zuko to know. And the gambling hall, Batman busts in, and he jumps in there, starts throwing some punches. Money is flying all over the place. Some of the patrons are really excited to grab up some money. And he says, you know, make sure that Zuko knows that I was here. Inside the laundry store, same deal. Let Zuko know that he needs a little cleaning up himself. And one of the stores holding Zuko's slot machines, you know, he's like, what do I tell Zuko's men? Just say the Batman was here. So Zuko's getting the message now that Batman is here. And a box has been left for them. He opens it up, and a bat flies out. And they're like, well, that's got to be from the Batman. And it has a note that he needs to stay away from this building, the Kamen building, I think it is, because it's under Batman's protection. And they're like, that's exactly where we're going to go. Robin is tailing on the back tire there as they take off. And this time Zuko's so invested he's going with, and that's exactly what they want. So at the Cannon building, they arrive, and all of a sudden Robin busts in and starts throwing the fisticuffs, and they're like, it's just a little boy, and their plan is to blow up the top of the building to scare Kanan into paying, and if he doesn't, the next time they're going to blow up the whole building. So Robin has kind of jumped in, and he's pretty impressive. I mean, he's whipping stuff around like David and Goliath is one of the comparisons that they give. He's able to make huge leaps and swinging through, and like I said, they're shocked that he's just a kid. And he threatens them, possibly even throwing them over, but all of a sudden he slips. So he's on this girder, and the guy comes out and he says, say your prayers, because he's going to start stepping on his fingers. And what happens is, luckily, Robin's able to use his feet and swing back up a little bit and kick him off. And the other guys are ready to take on Robin when all of a sudden Batman shows up. So he's like, mind if I join the party, Zuko? I'm so sorry to drop in unexpectedly, and what pleasure this gives me, you'll never know. And they're like, oh, it's the Batman. I got to get out of here. But all of a sudden, this gentleman gets roped. It's not Zuko. It's one of his right hands, and Batman lets him dangle off of the garter, or the girder. And so he's just in there in the air, and he's threatening him. He's like, you need to sign a confession, naming the names. And he says, pull me back up. Don't let me die. I promise I'll do it. So Batman brings him back up, and he signs the confession that it's Zuko that put him up to it, I swear. And Zuko hears this and is pretty upset. And Zuko goes to get his revenge on it. When Robin is seen again, Zuko has lunged a blade, tearing him from Batman's grip, and his henchman falls. Robin is seen capturing this as evidence. And Batman says, Zuko says, what evidence? He says, I had Robin bring a camera just in case, and he snapped you pushing off the blade. The film and the confession will be sent to the governor, and Boss Zuko, your boss, will be the electric chair. Days later, in the newspaper, Zuko guilty of murder, governor to clean up city politics, and Dick Grayson and Bruce Wayne are talking. Bruce says, well, Dick, now that your parents' deaths have been avenged, are you going to go back to the circus life? He says, no, I think Mother and Dad would like me to go on fighting crime, and for me, well, I love adventure. And he says, okay, you reckless squirt, I ought to whale you for jumping those men alone. Why didn't you wait for me? He said, oh, I didn't want to miss any of the fun. Say, I can hardly wait till we go on our next case. I bet it will be a corker. And then they tell us thrills, and more thrills is what the amazing character, the Batman, and the sensational find of 1940 Robin, the boy wonder, the comic strips give you every month with their astounding exploits. Watch for next month's thrilling episode. And that was our introduction to Dick Grayson and Robin, the boy wonder.
Otherwise known as the little squirt.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people criticize Robin as making Batman more, less dark and less mean. If you count them, I think 4 or 5 people flew off of that,
yes, they did.
Presumably to their death. So
yes.
It wasn't, it wasn't exactly playing Mr. Nice Guy in that episode.
No, not so much.
Yeah. And specifically mentioning the electric chair. So, yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, Batman didn't kill him. The electric chair did.
Yeah,
that's right.
That is true. Yeah.
So next we'll go over to Batman Volume 1, Issue 1, with another very iconic cover. And this is going to give us the first 2 appearances of the Joker and the first appearance of the Catwoman. We'll start out with the Joker's first appearance, and Doc, you'll take over.
Sure. And just a side note, so you guys did the trinity of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, but this is sort of like a trinity. It's Dick Grayson, Joker, Catwoman.
Yeah,
and
kind of is.
Some extras. These are probably some of the most important, people in DC. So, so the Batman one is almost all.
Is that this story? Is it this story? It is? Okay. All right, perfect.
Yep. Batman 1 is almost all original stories except for the first 2 pages, which is basically a retelling from Detective Comics 33, which was the first time the origin of Batman was told. We all know it. They were coming out from the theater, and his parents were murdered. He swears by the gods he's going to avenge him, and then he works out and studies hard and becomes the crime fighter we know today. And then we got this beautiful splash page with our first view of the Joker, most important villain of DC. And basically, it starts off typical scene in the 40s, an elderly couple listening to the radio, reading the paper, smoking their pipe. And the radio is interrupted with Joker saying, "I will kill Henry Claridge and steal the Claridge diamond. Do not try to stop me. The Joker has spoken." And he tells them it's going to be at 12 midnight. The lady is worried that this is going to actually happen. And the old elderly gentleman says, it's just like a gag, like when they did that Mars business. Don't fall for it. Well, Mr. Claridge is taking it seriously. So he has half the police department hanging out in his a mansion, presumably, standing there. And he's quite worried that he's going to be killed. The chief is saying, "Don't worry, we're here. We're going to protect you." 11 o'clock, 1 hour to go. Clock is ticking. Ding, turns 12, and Mr. Claridge declares, "I'm still alive. I'm not dead. I'm safe. I'm safe." And there he keels over. Dead. It isn't possible. And yet, Chief, look, his mouth. So we get one of the first victims of the Joker, and he has that grim smile in his death. It's horrible, grotesque. The Joker brings death to his victims with a smile. And the chief declares, "The Claridge diamond. If the Joker killed Claridge, he must have the diamond." But how could he? We're all in the room at the same time. And they pull out the diamond, and he notices it's a fake. It's glass. One of the police officers finds something underneath the case, and there we got the calling card for the Joker, a Joker card. Now we come to the villain in his home, and the Claridge diamond is mine. Those bungling police would love to know how I managed it. So of course he has to talk to himself and tell everybody how he actually did it. And I just love that first vision of the Joker right there, sitting in his chair, and the chair, this dark throne-like chair. And he says, "A solution injected into sleeping Claridge at 12 last night, a solution that kills in exactly 24 hours, so that he died at 12 tonight. They find the glass diamond tonight that I exchanged for the real one last night. A prediction of the radio of a crime that has already been done." And so he's sitting there quite happy with how he did this. And now we get to our protagonists, Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson. Dick says, "Why don't we try to get him?" And Batman says, "No, not yet. The time isn't ripe, but when we do." And so again, a typical scene, a couple sitting there listening to the radio and reading the paper. Again, the radio is interrupted. "Tonight, in exactly 1 hour, I will kill Jay Wilde and steal the Ronkers ruby. The Joker has spoken." It's him again, the Joker. So of course, if the strategy didn't work the first time, why not try it again? So a bunch of police officers pile into the room and encircle the doomed man. And this guy, this millionaire, is quite upset. "I'm going to die in 5 minutes. I'm going to die. Starts freaking out. 10, it's going to happen now. The clock is ticking my life away. And he keels over. And then a strange gas comes out. And here we realize the Joker has been in this suit of armor in the corner. And he, of course, has to say how he did this. He blew a dart and then sent out a paralyzing gas that didn't kill the police. And as you can see, the millionaire has one of those deathly grim Joker smiles on his face now. And the Joker he has to lord it over the dead victim. "I had the concentrated venom in the dart. Wilde, Didn't you, A? Are you so happy that you smile for joy? A, I'm glad I have brought you so much cheer. Thank you all, gentlemen. You have made me happy too. We shall meet again. He was saying A lot. It made me think Joker might have been Canadian for a second.
I was just going to say he's from, right.
Yeah, I was thinking that
from
too.
Windsor. Yeah.
So now we go to, a bunch of crooks in their lair, and they're all sort of annoyed at the Joker. They stole the Claridge diamond before they could, and the Ronkers ruby. I love how every big diamond is known by everybody, and every ruby. It's like the Ronkers ruby, the Claridge diamond. What else are we going to be able to get? But they're going to try to get the Joker, and one of the goons says, "I got an idea, you guys. Go out and pass the word around that Brute Nelson's going to get the Joker, that he thinks the Joker is a yeller rat." So, the good old calling you a chicken or a yeller is going to get you out. Bruce Wayne, who has his thumb on the pulse of the crime scene, gets this rumor as well. So now it's time to put on his Batman outfit. And so we have the criminals in their hideout waiting because they feel their bait will work. And lo and behold, Joker comes through the window talking about me, the Joker. Then they all rush in, and in the same time, Batman is up on a stairwell as well. And he's noted because he's not as turns out he's not as stealthy as later versions maybe. And Batman comes, and there's a ruckus. I like the trash talk that Batman does when he fights in these. He jumps on him, rather unsteady on your feet, aren't you? As he a massive fist crushes against the gunman's jaw. Then he takes a chair. "Have a seat, boys. There's enough room in this chair for two," as he smashes it over both their heads. Meanwhile, Joker is making his escape, but he shoots the Brute first. "I won't waste the usual Joker venom on you, Brute, but give you something you can understand. Lead." Pew. Then he shoots him. Batman goes after him and jumps on the back of Joker's car as they're racing down. Batman says, "Made it. And now," and Joker says, "You, prepared to die. I'd rather live if you don't mind." And they start tussling over a gun. The car goes over the side of the bridge, but they make it onto the bridge safe. And this is the first fight between Batman and Joker. And the struggling men fall to the bridge, and Joker explodes a haymaker off of Batman's jaw. And a wicked kick rakes Batman's head. "Blast you, fall!" And the murderous Joker pushes helpless Batman off the bridge. "Fight the Joker, will you? Let that be a lesson to you, a permanent lesson." Ha 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 ha. And the cold water revives Batman, and he's marveling at how his head hurts. And when he gets out of the water, "It seems I've at last met a foe that can give me a good fight. However, I'm not licked yet, not quite." So now he's back with Dick Grayson, contemplating. And of course, you have to have a pipe in your mouth. This is a film after all, and especially if you're a multimillionaire.
With a smoking jacket, you better smoke.
Yes. Judge Drake. So the radio comes on again. "Judge Drake, you once sent me to prison." This is a Joker talking. "For that you will die. Death will come at 10. The Joker has spoken." Bruce says 2 hours. All right. So this time they don't have a whole room full of police. So there's the judge. 9 o'clock. He's pacing nervously. The chief is trying to reassure him. "We have men posted out every door. No one can get in. Relax. Let's play some cards." So they're playing cards, and the judge says, "You win. You need the ace of spades to make the game." And then the Joker says, "I can't win. You can't win anyway. You see, I hold the winning card." And he shows a Joker card. And then you see the smile on the chief's face. And at that point, the Joker reveals that not only is he clever, he's also a master of disguise. And he explains that the actual chief is trussed up somewhere. And once again, the Joker gets his way, and the judge dies with that gruesome smile on his face. And he goes out and still disguised as a chief and tells the officers, that the Joker's won again. Watch the body. I'm going to headquarters. Dead? Okay, Chief. Well, Batman is on him this time. He, instead of doing it himself, he sends Robin to hang out outside and see if anybody leaves and it looks suspicious. And Robin sees the Chief, disguised as Joker, leave the house and follows him. So he goes to a deserted house. Cheerful place, Robin thinks. It's quiet, almost too quiet, he says, as he's going through the house. And then you see the club come up and boom. Snooper, eh? As Joker smacks Dick Grayson upside the head. Meanwhile, Batman starts to wonder, where's Robin? Robin, gone, must have followed a lead. I'll use this infrared lamp. This invention of mine will come in handy. So he describes how he put on some special lucent chemical on his shoes and Robin's shoes so he can use this infrared lamp to find him in the dark. So he's following the footpath left by the trail of Robin. And just in time, Joker, of course, is talking about now the venom into your, so he's just about to do away with Robin here. Not so fast, friend. Drop it. And this time, Batman gets the upper hand and gives him a clubbing blow. You may be the Joker, but I'm the king of clubs. And he knocks the Joker into the chemical table, causing a fire. And the Joker grabs his paralysis pistol and shoots the gas and talks about how he has the anti-venom for this, so it doesn't affect him. And Batman's out, so Joker leaves them both to die by fire. But the Joker has not reckoned with the amazing recuperative powers of the mighty Batman. And so Batman wakes up, grabs Robin, throws him over their shoulder, and gets out. The Joker is gone. I'd give anything to know where. And Robin says he boasted inside that he was going to get the Cleopatra necklace next. And since everybody knows where every valuable jewelry is in the city, he knows where to go. The Cleopatra necklace, that's owned by Otto Drexel. Sounds like a millionaire to me. Come on. There's not a moment to lose with the maniac on the loose. Otto Drexel lives in a penthouse. If we can only get up there before the Joker does. Meanwhile, you see the Joker coming through the door. Batman jumps over. Still at it, eh? Joker's getting a little annoyed at this point. Die, blast you. Die. Why don't you die? Batman's thinking, hasn't the Joker ever heard of a bulletproof vest? Empty. So he wastes his bullets, throws the gun at Batman, and jumps to the scaffolding. You'll never take me, Batman. But there's Robin waiting for him. You too. Right, Joker. I'm the ace in the hole. That's for the sock on the head. And Dick Grayson gives him a nice kick in the head, knocking him off the scaffolding. Now, if he just let him go, like in the Tech 38, maybe we wouldn't have Joker. That would be no fun.
Right.
So Batman rescues him. You're too valuable a prize to lose. Maybe he's referring to what Bob Kane and Bill Finger are thinking. And
you're too valuable an intellectual property to lose.
That's right.
You're worth too much money. We can't.
Right. We can't fall.
And so he catches him. He pulls him up to save him, just to give him a nice haymaker to knock him out cold. And there, the next day in the Daily Star, Batman captures the Joker. But what I'd like to know is how his victim's mouth turned up to that terrible grin. And Bruce Wayne explains that it was a clever toxin that pulled the muscles taut to make them look like they were smiling. Then it shows Joker in prison saying, I'll have the last laugh because he knows how to get out of this.
Yeah.
And there you go. The beginning of the Joker.
Good job. You even did sound effects. I love it.
I was going to say.
So.
Best performance by a fanboy.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
Yeah. I want to say hi to a few people who have popped in the chat while we've been doing the retro review, starting with Anachronic Comics, our friend Joe. Hope you're doing well. So we also have Comics of the Voice.
Mm.
And Kenneth Bird has stopped by. It's great to have Kenneth here too. So thank you guys so much for popping in. Really appreciate it. So that is the first of our first appearance of the Joker. We'll get to his second appearance in the same issue in just a moment, but we cut over to our next story, which, as if this book isn't a big enough key already, becomes a big key because of the first appearance of Batman's greatest female nemesis. And Shabab, take it away.
Yeah,
Is that what this one is?
It's the next story.
Next one. That's a Hugo Strange.
Oh yeah, the Hugo Strange
story. If for anybody interested, but it's.
Yeah, then you get, there we go. So this story starts with the setup for, wait for it, a jewel heist.
Jewels.
But
how original.
Isn't it amazing? So Bruce Wayne reads in the newspaper about rich Mrs. John Travers, who will be entertaining guests on her yacht while she shows off her famous emerald necklace. I guess it's the Travers Emerald. He sends Robin to the yacht as a steward to suss out the situation, while he apparently has to take care of something oh so important. But he'll meet him there later. So Robin is on the boat as a steward, and he meets Mrs. Travers, her nephew Denny, and his friend, the elderly and limping Miss Peggs. I love it. I mean, little on the nose, but okay. Denny, my favorite nephew, where have you been? Well, hello, Aunt Martha. I want you to meet Miss Peggs. She's a guest. I hope you don't mind me bringing her on board. Oh, no, great, wonderful. Join the party. Would you like? Wait till you see my necklace, she says. So another steward fills Robin in on the other guests, who all seem to be in need of money. Her nephew, her doctor, and her brother. So Robin later on sees Denny, the money-grubbing nephew, try to throw a note overboard, but the wind blows it backward. And of course, Robin picks it up and reads it, and it says, "Keep your aunt away from room. We'll try then." And it's signed the cat. Oh, so Robin says, "Oh my God, the cat, Mrs. Travers, is keeping her necklace in her room till the big party. I better get there right away." But when he gets there, Mrs. Travers is screaming her head off, saying, "I've been robbed. My necklace has been stolen. We need help." So the other guests all gather on board the ship, and they're like, "Oh my God, what are we going to do?" But another boat starts approaching, and they think it's the Coast Guard to help them out, but it's actually a bunch of crooks after the, wait for it, emerald necklace. Mm-hmm. When the crooks realize that the necklace is gone, they do the next best thing, which is basically to rid every guest of every piece of jewelry they have. But Robin decides, well, now it's time for me to jump into action. And he ends up, kind of duking it out with the bad guys. But they have guns and he does not. So at some point he dives into the water, where he decides that that's the perfect place to change into his costume. So because a cape will not drag you down when you're underwater, but okay. The crooks decide that he's dead because it's taking him so long to come up for air because he's changing into his costume. And they get into their boat to leave with the jewels that they have stolen. But Batman has finally appeared in yet another boat, and with Robin's help, subdues the crooks, and there you go. Now, then we get 2 pages of this really weird diversion where Batman is wondering, are criminals chicken without their guns? Robin, I've always wondered just how brave a crook is without his gun. I'd like to try a little experiment, and you're going to prove it. How? Says Robin. Basically, he basically has Robin beat up the guys. Oh, you don't get to use your guns, but I'm going to let this little kid beat you up. And it turns out that without their guns, the men are simply no match for a little kid dressed like a bird. So the moral of this interlude is captured in a direct to the audience message from Batman, where he says, "Well, kids, there's your proof. Crooks are yellow without their guns. Don't go around admiring them. Rather, do your best in fighting them and all their kind." It's like, okay, So
I've forgotten that. That's a fun.
Okay. So we finally get back to the real story with the dynamic duo returning to the yacht where the passengers are conveniently having a costume party. So Batman goes down to the party and they think, oh my God, that's the most amazing costume I've ever seen. You win the costume prize. And he said, well, that's great, but I'm actually Batman. And would you like your jewels back? Because look what I got. I got the jewels back from you. Remember the guys on the boat? They stole your jewels. Well, here they are. They're back. Oh my God, how thrilling. And we got our jewelry back. But at that moment, a loud clanging of a bell is heard. It's the fire alarm. And suddenly, Batman sees Miss Peggs running like a sprinter. He says, it worked. There goes Miss Peggs. Nice legs for an old woman. Waka, waka, waka. He and Robin chase after the very fleet of foot Miss Peggs and capture her. And Robin the Boy Wonder comes through again and saying, my mother told me never to fight with a lady, but this time I'm making an exception. The Batman decides to take charge, and he says, now I'm going to show you what the real cat looks like. I've heard tales about the cat before in the underworld. And Robin says, I can hardly wait. Black hair revealed under the gray wig. So Batman pulls off her wig, and Miss Peggs is like, you. And then we get to the best panel in the entire story. You got to slide up. There we go.
Yeah.
Says the makeup wax is quickly rubbed off. Miss Peggs says, let go of me. And Batman says, quiet, or Papa Spank.
That line did not age well. No,
wow. Okay. I'll be quiet because I don't want Papa to spank. So
boy.
Oh my God. So swiftly, the swaddling frock is removed. Okay. And there in place of old Miss Peggs, a beautiful young woman. And she says, well, what's the matter? Haven't you ever seen a pretty girl before? Batman says, well, Cat, it seems we've got you at last. Now let's take a look at that bandage that's on your leg. Oh, what's the use? She says, I know when I'm licked. Go ahead. And as if he's taking off a garter at a wedding, he removes the thing off her ankle and says, whew, no wonder you wanted to steal them. They're perfect. $500,000 for this emerald. And Batman says, well, how did you know she was the cat and not Dr. Wallace or Roger? And Batman's like, well, you dummy. It was Denny who threw the note over. Obviously there was an accomplice. So, you're going to you need to learn the ways of the force here, kid. Abruptly, Denny shows up and says, well, I'll take that, Batman. But Batman just gives him a haymaker, which I love, knocks the gun out of Denny's hands, knocks his chin basically out of his head. And Robin says, boy, he's out colder than a dead mackerel. Batman, says Catwoman, I was supposed to give Denny half of the jewels. Why don't you come in as a partner with me? You and I together. You and I, king and queen of crime. We'd make a great team. With you as my partner, and he says, sorry, your proposition tempts me, but we work on different sides of the law. Time to go. So with the jewels given to Mrs. Travers and her nephew locked in his cabin, the Batman and Robin are homeward bound with the cat. And so they're driving in their boat. And suddenly Catwoman is like, you know what? I've had enough of this. And she jumps overboard. So Robin makes ready to jump after the cat, but Batman clumsily bumps into him and says, oh, oops, sorry, Robin. By the time they recover, the cat has made good her escape. Too late, she's gone. And say, I'll bet you bumped into me on purpose. That's why you took her along with us, so she might try a break. Why, Robin, my boy, whatever gave you such an idea? Nice night, isn't it? Lovely girl. What eyes. Say, mustn't forget I've got a girl named Julie. Oh, yeah, I got a girlfriend. Oh, dang. Oh, well, she still had lovely eyes. Maybe I'll bump into her again sometime. And Robin's like, harumph. And there ends our introduction to Catwoman in a story that is I love this so much.
That reminded me so much of actually, as they were talking about in the chat, the Batman 1960s TV series, because he would get Catwoman and she would make her move on him, and then he would always say, every time he'd go, "What about Robin?" And every time she would go, "Well, have him killed."
Why are we talking about this?
Yes. Hello to Steve White, who's joined us. Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Steve.
Yes, I love that.
Yes.
Now we're going to get to the second appearance of Joker, which was in the same issue.
This
Second story.
Insane. This is insane.
Yes, this is something. And Signature King will take that one away for us.
Yeah, so I didn't read the first Joker story, but this one is almost identical to the first story in almost every single way. So if you're looking for surprises, there are none.
They used template sort of storytelling back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, Joker commits a crime, Batman and Robin give chase, a couple people die, wrap it up, Joker goes to jail, end of story. But for the finer details, yeah, so the Joker is currently in prison, you know, and he's getting ready to break out, but he's got like this special tooth that he takes out, and it's full of acid. A tooth in his mouth was full of acid. I just want to say that a couple of times, how ridiculous it is, because it didn't, you know, chew through the capsule or, you know, put a hole in it. So he's able to break out, throw some acid on the bars, and throw a gas out through another tooth that knocked out the guards. And yeah, he made his quick escape, which I thought was very Joker-esque, and kind of funny if you think about it. Like, oh, like Batman's got a utility belt, right, with all the gadgets. Joker has teeth. Just, I mean, it is the, you know, when this came out, I mean, I get it. The, you know, creativity was pretty limited, but okay. So anyway, the police are on the trail. You know, Joker is out. He's escaped. They don't know how. He's gonna go back to his old ways, and sure enough, people start dying, and they got that funny look on their face. Yeah, there's a painting that was ripped, cut out of the frame, and in its place was a Joker card. So they had a list of suspects, and it was only one person. So cut to the next day, and the Joker's getting ready to steal, you know, some big crystal ball thing, and he was hiding in one of those big mummy things, and he was going to go out, and he was going to wait, and he shoots the guards, just Joker style, bam, bam, guards are dead. Which I got to say, now that I think about it as an adult, like, oh yeah, let's catch the Joker. That's good. But like, anybody going to apply any sort of basic first aid to these gunshot wounds?
No.
Just going to let him bleed out on the floor? Like,
slows down.
They could have lived. It could have lived.
Well, back then, in every movie, anything you got shot, you were instantly just dead. You just fell down. That was it. Unless you were the main hero, then it was a flesh wound and you lived through anything.
Yeah, so the first guy, okay, he gets shot in the neck. Okay, that makes sense. But the second guy, he just kind of does one of these. Where was he shot? It doesn't really say. So he might have lived for a little while. But okay, Batman catches up with Joker. They have this really awesome battle here. And I love the fact that Joker went and grabbed, you know, a big battle axe off the top and, you know, just started swinging. But even he bests Batman, and he's able to escape. They see Batman is unconscious, and they try to unmask him. And every time I see a scene like that in a comic book, I think of the Joker movie or the Batman movie with Heath Ledger's Joker, where Joker tries to, you know, lift up the mask, but it's electrified. I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, Batman wakes up and starts also beating up the cops. So, I mean, he's not shooting them. So, yeah, I guess that's okay. You know, he's not the Joker. He's not shooting him in the face or anything, but
he was still concussed.
Yeah, he was still concussed, I guess. So, I love this little line here. He's like, "Sorry, boys, I'm not quite ready for jail." Like, I'll try again next time. he makes his great escape, and he's on the roof, and they're trying to track him down, and I guess this is, maybe they don't do this enough in current Batman things, Batman stories. Batman is technically a criminal as well. Being a vigilante is a technical crime, but I don't see them chasing him as much anymore as you do in these stories, especially like in the 80s and 90s comics. They really chased him a lot, but modern day comics, they really don't chase him anymore. And that's something I kind of noticed reading this book, but I digress. So yeah, the Joker is on his next victim here, and I love the fact that the Joker just keeps playing these Joker cards, and I didn't realize that it came from like the first issue or the first appearance of the Joker, and it's something cool that they're still continuing today. The Joker using playing cards. Kind of cool. But yeah, he shuffles the deck and pulls out the Joker cards, and here we're going to ship to the Joker real fast, and he's planning his next big heist, and then he comes in contact with security guards, and of course Batman. This is where it gets really funny. Robin is giving chase to the Joker, punches Robin. He was off of a building, grabs onto a flagpole, Charlie Chaplin style, holding on right outside the window. And Joker, he's like, oh, easy shot. I'm not going to toy with him. I'm just going to point my gun at him and, oh, Joker, stop. So that's all it got. That's all what it took to Joker not to shoot Robin, was Batman yelling, Joker, stop. And he did. He did not shoot them. But Robin did let go. Remember, he's an acrobat, and he was able to bounce off this cloth fabric. All of a sudden, it's made out of gummy bears or something. And he bounces off, lands on the Joker, takes him out. Batman and Joker go do a big tussle. And here it is, the Joker dead at last. Or is he? No, he's not. He's not dead. Because they would never leave that kind of money on the table.
True.
And there it is. That wraps it up. Story 2. But it was kind of fun read. But yeah, but Robin and Joker, or Robin and Batman, just run away. They don't get into a bat car or something. They just run around the block. Oh, we don't know where he went.
Yeah, we don't know how they travel. That's a good point.
Yeah. If you pan down a little bit, that's an ad for the next Detective Comics there.
Yep.
And it looks like
that's the story.
Yeah, that's from the splash page of this story you just read.
Yeah.
So in that comic, it's not the Joker, it's Clayface. Joker's only on the cover here, really. And it's sort of Golden Age Comics did that a lot, where the cover didn't necessarily have anything to do with the inside. It sometimes did, sometimes didn't.
Where would they get that idea? Robin hanging off the edge of a flagpole on top of a building.
Yeah.
So odd.
So, Doc, I don't know if you know this or not, but how long was Robin's cape kind of green before it went to yellow like we know it?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder that too. I know that Joker would go on. I mean, we had his first 2 appearances here. They would do a series of these Joker's boner crimes.
Oh, right.
Yeah, seriously, that's what they were called.
Well, you
Joker's
would say that's
boner crimes.
It was a slang. It was a boner. Didn't quite have the implications it means today. So
yes, kind of like how
there's at some point where Iron Man's telling Captain America something like, "Oh, you got a boner," or something. I can't remember. It did not mean the same thing in the '60s. I don't think earlier.
I also noticed that from the stories we read tonight that I'm kind of glad that the word "licked" went away as meaning defeated. So
I know when I'm licked.
How many licks until you get to the center? 1, 2, 3.
That's it.
3. Us old timers know what that means.
Yeah.
Olivia Miller has popped in. Hey, Olivia, how you doing? I remember that episode very well. Leslie Gore, and she even sang on the episode too. That was pretty pretty fun. So thanks for jumping in here.
My good buddy from late 70s, early 80s, we were trying to get that Batman reruns to get back on our local television. So we were making calls to the station. We want Batman.
Nice. It would make Batman more interesting if he didn't have the blessing of the police. Yeah.
Well, Commissioner Gordon always helped him out too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So anything else you guys want to say about the stories we reviewed tonight? I thought they were fun. It's an interesting way to look back to the past and actually see how much some of the characters have grown, or as Tony was mentioning, some of the aspects that still have remained with the characters.
Yeah. After all these years, what is it? Almost 100 years? It's 86, I think, for Batman.
It's about right. 1938.
Yeah, 86, 87, something like that. I don't know. I don't do math. Not on the weekend. I don't do math on the
weekend. Good call.
Yeah, right.
Good call, yeah.
I was surprised at how many people died in these things. I mean, the body count is huge.
Yes.
That is kind of surprising because as a Bronze Age reader, and even the Silver Age, people didn't die. They, maybe got injured and were banged up in the hospital before they go to jail. But man, there's a lot of death.
Yes. And
these are darker than I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. If you read the pre-Robin text, it goes like that. The very first Batman story, the guy's hanging and then he just sort of lets him go. He's like, a fitting end for Batman was kinder and gentler in the Bronze, even the darker when Neil Adams came and made him dark again. It wasn't nearly as dark as Golden Age.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Not until like Miller's Dark Knight Returns type of darkness. That's when it started getting close to the Golden Age. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, these are a lot more fun. I enjoyed them much more than I thought. Because usually I'm like, whatever. But
it can be quite dated sometimes.
Yeah, but it's interesting to look at the genesis of these characters.
Yeah.
And I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. And in some cases, like Sarah, that panel you showed, Batman Spank, but that image of Catwoman, that's very iconic. You look at that and you're like, yep, I can place that instantly.
Yeah.
Olivia's got a couple.
Catwoman and Batman flirting, and there's a lot of relationship stuff going on there. For even now.
I didn't think the cat would want to be that close to the ocean and the sea, though. But
well, and I wonder too, because the Batman's interest in Catwoman is so very, very adult, that I wonder if the interlude of "Hey kids, don't people with guns are just chickens," is trying to balance out, like, we do have readers who are 10 years old here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because if not, it's like, what? Dad, what does this mean? Like, nothing, son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Joker's definitely one of the first really recurring villains of superheroes. It's of the superhero era.
Yeah, absolutely. He got his own movie.
Yep. Winter of 1940. So that predates Red Skull and, Captain Nazi and all those others that sort of even dropped off. But it's interesting.
Yeah.
History.
Yeah. Cool.
Very
so
great.
Olivia had a couple questions. I don't know the answer to this first one. Does anyone know? No.
I know. I don't know the specifics of Gotham.
I don't.
Yeah, I'll have to consult some kind of map.
Yeah.
Tim would. I feel like Tim would know. He's a big
Tim
Batman
probably
guy.
would know. We'll have to get back
Tim
on
would
you,
know.
Olivia. This one we can answer though. Do you like Batgirl or Robin as Batman's partner in comics more often, usually reading yourself, in your opinion? So, Signature King, we'll go clockwise. Signature King, what about you?
Option C, Alfred.
You like Alfred the best. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Shabab.
I like D, Commissioner Gordon.
I'm sort of with Shabab. I don't mind Robin, but for a while there, I was collecting all the covers where Robin was either getting thrown off something or I was sort of down on Robin, but if I had to choose, I'd pick Robin over Batgirl as a partner. I like Batgirl.
Yeah, I like Robin better as a partner, but I do like Batgirl a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm hoping someday to get her first appearance in my collection because it still really isn't that bad price-wise, you know?
It can be had.
Yeah, it's doable yet. So the Supergirl one's kind of out there now, a little bit too much for me, but Batgirl still seems like an option. So Gore has popped in. Hi, Gore.
Well, and I like Gore's idea of Talia as part of that.
Yeah,
that's okay. What now we're talking.
Yeah. Gore, I enjoyed your Christmas comic a lot. Yeah, last week. Just wanted to say.
Yeah, I think Alan said it last week. When Alan, I think it was Alan who commented, he said he took a $1 comic and showed you why it was worth so much more than that.
And
seriously,
I enjoyed Enemy Ace a lot.
Yeah, the Enemy Ace was very, very good. So, looks like Olivia's a Batgirl fan. So, yeah, that's cool. Thank you. And Olivia, I do remember that you're a Wonder Woman fan, so stick around. As for right now, let's talk about what's going on in our channel. This is our book show portion where I know Doc doesn't necessarily. I put a link to your YouTube, even though you never really. I mean, you do.
I haven't done a couple videos. I haven't done an original video in a long time, but
I still put it there anyway because you never know.
Sure.
I figure it's good just to and for someone who doesn't consider themselves an active YouTuber, you have a lot of subscribers. So
yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I hang out on other people's streams is the way I put it now. I'm more of a parasite than or maybe more of a communal. We feed off each other sort of.
Yeah. Do you have any other appearances coming up that you want to talk about that you know of now or not?
I don't really. I don't have anything.
Were you able to bring anything for our book show portion? Kind of a show and tell? Awesome. Well, show us what you got.
Well, I was going to show, some cool stuff here.
Do it.
I was watching you and Shabab a bit ago, and she mentioned she really liked Irv Novak, who I really like too.
Yep.
And he was well known for Batman in the 60s, I think maybe 50s. But he also, maybe you did know this or not, Shabab, he was the main superhero artist for MLJ, which became Archie, but like S.H.I.E.L.D., and I know I'm supposed to only show DC. This will be the one exception.
No, it's okay. Bring it on.
But this is Irv Novak cover, and he actually did the cover for Pep Comics #1, which is the very first patriotic hero. This predates Captain America. It's a nice robot. This is Irv Novak.
Beautiful.
And so I have a lot of love for Irv Novak, and Charles Biro did a lot of the stuff, and Bob Fujitani, a Japanese American, did a lot of covers for Pep too. A few covers, not a huge amount, but so they had some great artists. It wasn't written as well as Timely or DC stories, in my opinion. But that I thought you made me think of Irv. Now, this is also, Shabab made me think, because I know you like the Kristen Farrell, right? Shabab, her collection. She was an amazing collector, and she put most of her stuff on the market. I didn't get this from when she sold it, but a friend of mine offered it up, and I made a trade for it. And so I managed to get Tech 73.
Oh, wow.
Which is Kristen Farrell.
Oh, my God.
This is the first Scarecrow on a cover and second Scarecrow story.
Wow.
Maybe you can read that one. I've never read that story, but it's a great cover.
And to have it as part of her collection too.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah. I did get one of hers. I got also Phantom Stranger 1, the Golden Age one, which she also had. But she was an amazing collector. Yeah. She had pretty much every DC book.
Everyone, right?
Yeah.
Why her collection was not pedigreed is
the pedigree, you have to have bought it off the rack for it to be your pedigree.
Well, still, I understand that, but I mean, like, it should be worth some kind of notation.
It is noted.
Does it say that on there? Okay.
It does say it right there. It says,
okay.
And so I'll show you in the bag itself.
Nice.
Authentic. Heritage Auctions, the original one that put it up, so they put that out. So really important collections will get a notation, like Nick Cage collection. He had a huge collection until he went bankrupt. Then he had to sell it all. And Ruben Blades has a collection that has his name on it. So you will get your name on it if it's big. Now this is for you, Lasso.
Here we go.
This is from the DC Universe.
Okay.
And I traded for this one too. I wasn't planning on getting it, but this is one of my favorite books.
Heart attack!
Also
Heart attack!
Also the first appearance of Wildcat, just so you know. But from the
oh my gosh!
Wow!
So it's
that
a nice
so much
1-0.
better than a 1.
I know
it does.
That's boxing. The spine is really beat, but it's just such a great cover. It's the first cover appearance. You got the White House and the Capitol building.
Is that from a special collection or?
It's from the DC Universe. Are you familiar with that one?
Oh, DC. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
I thought you meant like it's a DC comic. Well, okay.
Yeah, DC Universe.
I see what you mean.
This guy, the DC Universe collector, got every book done from Detective Comics #1 all the way, I think, to 2008. Every single DC comic. So you can only imagine what a crazy amount of books that was. So that is this one. I thought I'd pull out just because we saw the. Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is as I said, this is considered the first cover appearance of Joker, but it's a detective
claim.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you $1 because that comic says it's worth 10 cents.
So there you go.
I'll give you 10x
profit.
The value.
Now the next comic I traded an Amazing Fantasy 15. 5.0, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle first print 9.4, and a Luke Cage Hero for Hire 9.84. So it's a lot of trade.
What he's saying is brace yourself.
Yeah, get ready.
Because the turtle.
Yeah, so this one, the guy reached out to me and said, "Hey," and I was like, I got to trade some big things for this book. And it's pretty crazy to have.
Oh my gosh!
So, and I literally just got this last week.
Oh my!
Wow!
God.
That is incredible.
It's a crazy nice condition 1.0. You will never see a 1.0 this nice. Off-white. It has a looks like a mouse chew on the corner there, here, and the spine is a little messed up. They didn't take the back off, so
I'm not playing comic stories against you.
And cut out
we all lose.
So yeah, it's fun to go over these stories because it's such an important book to me. As you know, it's just there's anybody who loves DCs. How are you gonna not?
So I do have to ask a question, even though it's a Marvel question. Will you get an AF-15 back at some point? Do you think? Probably.
I love Spider-Man, so but Spider-Mans grow on trees compared to Batman ones. So
yeah, you're right about that.
Olivia
also said too.
There's a total of 300 copies of this that are graded, and probably a lot more raw. But whereas Amazing Fantasy 15, there's thousands of copies of that book. It's
Olivia, you picked the right stream to come on to watch tonight.
Holy
because we knew when he came on, we were going to see things like this.
I was like, we should have picked shorter stories.
It's all downhill from here. You know?
Yep.
It's all downhill.
So it's fun to share with people who appreciate these books.
Oh, yeah.
Books, yeah.
But my book show is going to be terrible. What am I supposed to follow up with that?
I love I could show you my pull list. I have the KO Wonder Woman Lobo cover and the Batman and all the absolutes. I've been getting all the absolutes from the beginning. I love that series. I like the Superman and Wonder Woman the best, actually. Batman's
not at my house, Steve. Do you have more to show, or
that's what I pulled out here?
I think it's okay to say this. You have the first appearance of Robin too, right?
I had to trade that away.
Oh, you traded that. Okay. Yeah. You did it one time. I knew that.
Unfortunately, to get books, you have to trade other books.
Sure. And I knew at one time you had it.
Yeah,
so
I did have that. And
How about a Superman one?
No, never have had that. That's
something to aim for
next week.
Yeah.
It's
wow.
It's a spicy sausage, that one. It's a hard, It's
wow.
To me, Batman one's more important. As much as I love Superman,
Mm-hmm.
that's Catwoman and Joker and original stories. Superman one's all reprints, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's a wonderful book. But
wow, thank you,
Holy
thank you for
cow.
sharing that
Holy
stuff with
cow.
us. That's amazing.
I'm glad this is ending the year because,
Yeah.
good Lord, what? Yeah.
I usually save myself to last for book show, but I'm going to go next.
Go for it.
I'll talk about my channel first. After this, I'm almost like, I saw that
My
Sensation
brain's
one and
fried. I know, my brain's fried. I don't know what.
Yeah. Let me tell you what's on my channel already. Back issue of the week short, 1.7K views for Adventures of the Outsiders, which really surprised me. So thank you guys. My back issue of the week shorts have really just been hitting the views, and I really appreciate that. I have fun doing that. And I'm getting ready to launch my 5th year of doing that in just a couple weeks, and I haven't missed a week since I started. So thank you.
Wow.
Comic book editions video that's currently on my channel was just some fun Bronze Age Marvel and DC stuff, including a Marvel book that was a supplement to a Chicago Tribune newspaper with Hulk and Spider-Man. So that I just found, I was at a comic show and it was just there, and I'm like, I need to have this. I wasn't actively looking for it. I just needed to have it. So what's coming up on the channel? Back issue of the week tomorrow will be a Marvel comic book. It's a group book that guest stars another group. So Shabab, I'm sorry. There's just a lot of characters in this one.
Forget it.
But we'll drop that tomorrow. Tuesday's comic book editions will be the last one for the year, and there's some interesting things in this video. There is a DC blind bag plush Christmas unboxing. There is a huge, well, I shouldn't say huge for me Marvel key that went into my collection that I was not searching for. Just the book, kind of the opportunity came and I grabbed it. And while it's a first appearance of a key Marvel character, that's not really the reason I wanted it. So you'll find out the reason why. And I'm going to reveal what the grand prize is going to be in next month's Magic Lasso 1000 subscriber contest. So all of that's going to be in the comic book editions video that's dropping Tuesday. Wednesday on John's Comics with Friends channel, we're doing another JLA versus Avengers. So look for that. That's everything that's on and coming on the channel. As for a book show tonight, I have a few things to show in the book I reviewed. Oh, what's that silly barcode doing there? Oh, man.
Oh, dude, you got ripped off.
Here, let's
yeah.
There's my...
It looks like that's good.
Wait, is that
now the heat just continues.
Does that say signed by Bob Kane?
And it says signed by Bob Kane. So
that's great.
And Man Cave, do you remember this?
Oh yeah. That's such a beautiful book.
This was an AOK from Man Cave. And for those that don't know,
wow,
this is the first appearance of the Silver Age Wonder Woman.
Wow.
Yes.
And you gave it to him?
He gave that to me.
I knew he'd like it. And
I'll give you my address after the show.
It was one of the few things you were trying to get a full run from that point onward. I think you were missing that.
Yes, I was. I was trying to get that full run, and I have completed that. And now I'm just working my way backwards on the book.
Getting the Golden Age Wonder Woman run now?
I'm trying, if I can, if price falls into place, definitely, yeah. So, but this, I mean, every time I look at this book, I think of the young collector me who knew of this book and knew what this cover looked like, but never thought he would own it. In a gazillion years, he never thought he would own it. And that's what I think of. And then I think of you, and then I think of how awesome the friendships in this community are, and it's nothing but just great experiences. I'm thinking this might be a Ross Andrew, but I'll double check for you. So,
well, couldn't have gone to a better person and a person
thank
who
you.
loves, I don't know anybody who loves Wonder Woman more than you. And I know some people who really, really are huge fans of Wonder Woman.
yeah, thank you.
Oop.
And Man Cave has A-okayed me a few things. I pulled this one, which is a Man Cave A-okay, because I thought Shabab would get a kick out of seeing this, or maybe seeing it again, because she probably saw the video where I had it.
Okay. Oh, yes.
The women's lib issue.
The women's lib issue.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
That's fantastic.
Yes. So beautiful. So
And the
I
last
loved
one,
having this too.
The last one where she's
That's the last time she didn't have her powers. in
Didn't
The
There
last
were
full
powers.
issue.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because at the
it's a-
beginning of the next issue, very soon into the next issue, I Ching goes away, and so do the power or the non-powers. She gets her
Yeah.
powers back. So
it's a beautiful cover. It's an important book. It's great. Oh, nice.
Who did the cover of that again?
this one is
It's up on the
look
upper
here.
left,
Yep,
blue on the label.
Dick Giordano.
Dick Giordano.
Yeah. Who I never think gets the credit he should for the work he contributed.
Yeah,
to
he
DC.
sort
He
of
was the
flies under the
president of
radar.
DC for a while, so yeah, it's a cool one.
It's a really interesting story too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Shabab going over these stories at some point in some of her. Didn't you? I'm remembering.
Yeah,
that.
I had my Women's Lib of Earth series. so
Yes,
I-
yes. I love your takes on it, and it was a very interesting, well-intended experiment, like a lot of the things were, but sometimes
Yeah.
fell flat. This one probably is one of the better ones.
Head scratching, but that actually was pretty good.
And I have one more quick thing to show. I was able to get some Grinch socks from McDonald's before they sold them.
Oh, that's great.
And I got the dog ones too, which are the ones I wanted. Because for those that don't know, trying to get the Grinch meal now, it's virtually impossible. None of the McDonald's have them anymore. They sold out so fast. But I did get some Grinch socks.
Now, Magic, I just actually had this really close at hand, so I had to pull it out. Let me show you something since you showed that one.
Yeah.
Because this is my favorite of that run, and it's everybody's favorite of that run. The Jeff Jones cover.
It's either $199 or it's $200.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that.
And a 9.8.
A
Oh,
9.8.
Yeah.
dude.
This is definitely probably one of the more iconic
Yes, it
Yep.
is.
Covers. And Jeff Jones is not very well known otherwise. I mean, I don't think he's done much, but that he certainly did a very well loved one.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Diana can't come to the phone now. She's
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of bondage even though it was a women's, while she was saving a woman in
Bondage and a Wonder Woman?
Well, the number of Lois Lane bondage covers.
We got a claim on that one too.
Yeah.
now
Very
at least
impressed.
Shabab, you'll have to say they had a lot of issues because I have a lot of timely, and it's often Bucky or Toro, both boys often in bondage too. So their sidekicks had a lot of trouble too.
I was going to say, and Mr. Miracle, I mean, in the 70s, that's all he was
That's right, that's
in
one
bondage. So
I am surprised that Shabab, there's one Wonder Woman issue from that run. She has the comic book, but I'm surprised that she doesn't have it slabbed. And do you know which one I'm talking about?
No. What one?
It's them.
Yes. It's one of the most ridiculous stories ever. Well, now you've challenged me, Ryan. So now
now
all right. Now I'm gonna, and it was a couple of years ago. Someone homaged it in a current Wonder Woman.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
So them. I think I did a video on it. It might just be called them.
And Olivia, it was 1973. She went from powerless to getting the powers back. So
yeah.
It went from like issue 72. It went for a while, right?
It did. It was published
201.
bi-monthly, so it was an every 2-month publication. But it went from like 170 through 204.
170 is what I mean, not 70. Yep.
Yeah. So Shabab, you're up next for Book Show and your channel.
Great. Well, since we're showing gifts from Man Cave Comics, I would be remiss if I didn't show you all. A few years ago, a package arrived, and I had no idea it was showing up. And I opened it up, and this book was in it. And it had already been. You know me so well because you knew I was going to uncrack it. So.
Yeah, I did it. I decided to save you the trouble.
You did, thank you, because you knew I was going to take it out. But this is the first Lois Lane titled book. It was the Triad issue, showcase number whatever it is, because I can't see it. 9. Thank you. But this is a piece of history, and so you could have knocked me over with a feather when I opened it up, and it is such a treasured part of my collection. And so now, in front of God and everybody, Doc, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Very welcome.
And the only other thing, well, we were talking about Catwoman, and I want to recommend this celebration of 75 years book. This is fantastic. Because I wasn't sure if I had the Batman comic, so I pulled this out first and read the first story. But this is a wonderful collection of Catwoman stories, and highly recommended. And I don't know if you can find stuff like this cheap anywhere, but it's cool. And finally, everybody knows that I love dioramas.
You do?
I do.
Oh,
and I came across, and we were talking too about treasury books and how hard they are to keep and to store. And I agree. So I got this Tarzan one recently, and it's Joe Kubert art, and just, it's beautiful stuff. But the most important part is the diorama on the back. I'm not going to cut it up in front of you right now because I want everyone to be okay. But please know that at some point I will be making the diorama and showing that off. And
I want to say something about that.
Do it without guilt.
Guilt-free. Just get your scissors out and work on your scissors skills.
That's what it was meant to do.
Right.
What I think is interesting, it's a different diorama than the front cover. Is that correct?
Yes.
And they usually didn't do that. Usually the diorama was the same as the front cover.
Right? The House of Mystery one was different.
Oh, it was. Okay.
The Batman one is definitely different.
Okay.
It has a scene in it. So yeah, but the two most recent facsimile ones were the same.
Okay. Cool.
So, and speaking of facsimiles and other stuff, on my channel, I do a year-end comic book room tour. So and it is, it's long, and I apologize. You won't hurt my feeling if you just scroll through it. But in any event, I realized that I kind of have two comic book rooms. I'm in my office right here. So I've got shelves of stuff that you can't see. So I give you a little tour of that, and then I go down to my basement where the other comics reside. So so that's going to show up at midnight tonight.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and thank you for watching too.
Nice.
From me to you. So
nice.
So that's how I wind up 2025.
Great.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Room tours are always great.
Then we
I think they do well, don't they, Tony?
I've heard that.
Yeah.
You all right?
I did see Tony's recently. Yep. You got the new man cave, not to use the term, but
incredible.
It's doing wonders. No pun intended to Wonder Woman. But I don't even know where to start. You guys have all this cool stuff. I feel like I'm really the low-hanging fruit on this awesome tree here. But to play off of what Olivia said about Batgirl being maybe part of or Batwoman being part of Justice League Red, that's a great segue. I'm a big promo poster guy.
Wow.
From LCSs. So these aren't like Walmart prints. Like these were sent to actual LCSs, and the majority of the ones in my collection were never hung for whatever reason. The LCS decided to never hang it. So this was one of the 10 or so that I got for my trip home back to Iowa.
I love the frame on that too. The white frame.
Yeah, right.
I
specifically got this white frame. So you can see here there's I got a whole stack that I have to frame yet. So
Wow.
there's a lot. There's 2 behind me. The Superman Treasury is new, and the Superman Unlimited is also brand new. So
And that absolute Superman, yep, that's
cool.
That's a great one. I have an absolute Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got the trifecta.
And the one you just showed, that's a red tornado there in the background. Is that?
Yeah, red tornado here in the background, obviously. Although I got to call this out. This is Justice League Red, right? So why the hell is a Green Lantern in it?
Yeah.
Now it's the red and green lantern? Yeah, so it's the Christmas League, I guess. Red and green. How festive. But in terms of other cool stuff maybe I got going on in the future, I got a CBCS package I'm sending out. So that's cool.
Cool.
I almost doxed myself, almost flipped it the other way around the address on it. But in terms of other cool Batman stuff, I just grabbed a couple of foils because I was honestly considering sending these in to CBCS, but I'm not going to because I would like a little bit more signatures on them. We have the 89, Batman 89,
Nice.
with Mike Hawthorne's signature down here at the bottom. Same thing here with Batman Beyond. Mike Hawthorne, gold Batman logo, and bonus gold also signed by Mike Hawthorne, and this really cool Jim Lee.
Nice.
Which I thought was pretty cool. And I do gotta. Here we're talking about the Joker all night long, and his origin and stuff like that. And how he's evolved as a character. And now he's this.
Yeah, that's right.
Now he's this.
I called it the Venom Joker.
Yeah, he's like a venomized
like.
Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Ew.
Yeah. It's very, Shabab, this is like, besides Absolute One, this is the most expensive Absolute book already. It's sold out. So that's one of the ones I went and found and put in a bag and board because I'm like, oh, crap.
I've
Apparently. Wow.
luckily I picked up every Absolute, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman book so far. But if there was any recent issue that I'm kind of excited to read, it's a new Black Label from Batman, Green Arrow, and The Question. Super foily. I apologize, but this one looks really cool to read. Haven't had a chance to thumb through it yet. Maybe I'll find some time, but very exciting. They really went old school on here with the way Batman looks and the way Green Arrow looks, and The Question is just The Question. But
when did The Question become part of DC? I'm a little behind.
When they got a hold of Charlton.
So that probably a long time ago. I just
I
actually had that oversized Question, and I didn't realize it was DC. Okay.
But in terms of what's coming up next on the my channel, I'm just gonna keep riding this tsunami.
Do it
until it's over.
That's smart.
But yeah, that's
even with the room tour.
Yeah, the room tour. I did a room tour, and
wait till the tsunami goes down and say room tour part 2. Boom.
Yeah, bring it right back up. Bring it right back up.
Just repost it and say
say New Year, same room.
Right.
Yeah, right. So my question for Man Cave is, looking at your channel when they said you were coming on. I was looking at your room tour for about 6 years ago.
Right.
Is that still the same?
Yep.
A little bit?
Yep. I still have books hung up. I have sort of a Wolverine thing going. I thought, oh shoot, I put Wolverine up with you guys coming on, but I was too lazy to take it down. So
that's a really cool room.
Yeah.
That is a really cool room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I could hang out just down there. You got the bar going.
Well, if you're ever in the Philly area, give me a shout. Absolutely.
Do you provide per diem?
Yeah, right.
I actually have a bunch of comic guys who come over and I play poker with. So
if you need someone to play poker and lose, this guy.
I got plenty of people for that, including myself.
I'll be asking about what does this mean again? Like, oh yeah, that's me. If we're not playing Old Maid or Goldfish,
we'll tell you a flush beats quads every time. So,
yeah, right.
Nice.
Yeah, it's yeah. So I used to do tour of just showing the books that were on my wall, but I haven't. I should just do it. Pull out the iPhone and just do it.
Yeah,
absolutely. No stress.
Yeah.
And I like that you still do just kind of rotating gallery, like whatever kind of strikes your fancy, whatever. It's like, yeah, I want to look at this stuff for a while.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
It's fun.
Yeah. You can share a cover with us at home on Instagram. Use the hashtag Fanboys Live in the Retro Review, and you can participate at your own at-home book show. You can show anything DC Comics related or anything related to tonight's show or some of the characters we talked about or some of the books we showed. You're more than welcome to participate, and we love that. So thank you. What a show to wrap up 2025. I know it was one of our longer ones, but it didn't feel like that to me. So Man Cave, thank you so incredibly much for coming on, for your friendship, for just... You show these books and I'm just like, I love this because I'm like, yes, my friend has that book.
Right.
I
know someone who owns that.
I know someone who owns that. My friend has that. And I'm like, yes. So I know they're your successes, but I kind of clump on and go, my friend has that. That's awesome. So
I appreciate you very much. And thank you for having me on. And it's so good to hang out with all three of you and to get to know you better and rather than just comments and correspondence.
Well, we hope you'll come back.
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
And Olivia, I didn't want to forget to answer this. I have been reading this. I love it. To me, it feels like the 1970s Bronze Age Supergirl title when she had like the 10 issues of that. It feels like a continuation of that series to me. It has a very big Bronze Age feel to it. So I really do enjoy it. So for the rest of my friends, there's nothing better than to get to talk comic books with your friends each week. And those in the chat, those that watched on the rewind all the way to the end, appreciate you as well.
Superstars.
So,
thank you.
yes. Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year to you. Thank you for giving us, for being here. It's no show if you don't watch. Thank you for being here. To my co-hosts, thank you guys for putting up with my crap every Sunday, especially SK. I throw it on SK every week. Not so much this week, but most weeks I do, and he takes it.
Listen, so, I got thick skin. You got to take a lot.
SK did a good job scrolling through while we were telling the stories. Yeah. I'm always impressed.
Thank you for doing that. Thank you for being the one to do that.
I get lost all the time because I'll look away for a second, or one of my kids will like poke their head. I'm like, "Go to bed. What are you doing?" And then I'm like 5 pages, like, "Oh man, like where's everybody?"
Well, thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. We'll be back, in a month-ish or so. And we'll be posting on Instagram and stuff when we're coming back and talking about it. And I'm really looking forward to our 2026 shows. So, and you're going to see this guy back with us again in 2026.
Appreciate it.
So, yeah. Cool. You've been watching the greatest DC comic show of YouTube. We proved that tonight. It's Fanboys Live in the Retro Review. Merry Christmas. Have a great week. If it's cold, I hope you're staying warm. So be good. Thank you for everything that you do for us. Truly appreciate you and hope you have a great night. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye for now.